Okay, thank you for tuning in to the Green Neighborhood. Once again, this is Eric, the Green Guy, coming to you live from River West Neighborhood, broadcasting from riverwestradio.com. This is the Green Neighborhood. This program is dedicated to the one I love, my best friend, the mighty Aminetta. I hope you're doing well, sweetheart. Look forward to seeing you again soon. On the Green Neighborhood, what we do is we talk about the green things that we can all do to make everything a little bit better. Let's start out with considering the things that we bring into our home. Everything that we purchase, that we bring into our home to consume, will leave our household either by one or three ways. One, down the drain or toilet. Two, into the trash. Or three, it'll be within our bodies, within ourselves. So, the most basic fundamental thing to life on this planet is water. So, that's what we're going to start talking about first. Water is fundamental, it's something that is absolutely essential for a quality of good living, and we need to be mindful of our sources of water. Typically, most people get their water through the tap, which is usually fine. More oftentimes, too often, people are purchasing their water through plastic water bottles. However, what most people do not realize is that plastic bottles leak. There's something called BPA or bisphenol A, which often leaks inside of plastic bottles. And the thing about it is that although there are other beverages that we can get and consume from plastic bottles, none of those are available through our kitchen faucet tap. So it's one thing to buy some other sports beverage or juice or what have you in a plastic bottle, but the only thing that we get through our faucets is water. So we need to bear in mind that if we doubt the quality of our water coming through our tap, then the best way to remove that doubt is to filter the water at the tap. There are some simple ways to do that. One, you can attach a device that will filter the water for you as you run the water through the tap. It could be an attachment, typically. Or two, you can buy a water pitcher filter that will sort of percolate the water through a filter into a pitcher, and then you can keep it chilled inside your refrigerator and thereby not need to run the faucet water to get it colder. It's already cold because it's in the refrigerator. So those are two convenient ways. And moreover, I think what would be a great idea is if someone would to develop a company that will sell water in a bottle that is stainless steel or tin or aluminum. I mean, because if it's stainless steel or tin, then it's going to be reused as opposed to plastic, which would be disposed of. So that is a business idea for any of you out there who are listening and who have an entrepreneurial spirit, is to maybe collaborate and cooperate with some other like-minded people and start a bottled water company, but the bottle is made out of stainless steel or tin, encouraging people to reuse the container. So the first drink of water would be on you, and then thereafter they can refill the bottle with water from their home or any other source, as opposed to buying a plastic bottle, which is going to end up in a landfill and take anywhere from 900 to 1,000 years to break down, or end up in the ocean, the Pacific Gyre, as some people refer to it as, which is almost like a swirling whirlpool of decomposing plastic, which breaks down and is consumed by the sea creatures because they can't often distinguish it from from food, and so it's part of our eating cycle, and that all too often much of the seafood that we consume is not as healthy as it used to be because of what it's consuming and because of what it's not eating in its stead. So some easy tips to conserve water on your property in your home would be to, of course, have a rain barrel or a rain garden, both of which are terrific ways to slow down the water running off your impermeable surfaces on your property, and thereby place less demand on the municipal sewer system to process the water to send it back to us to be filtered and reconsumed. So you want to be mindful of the leaks going on in your home. The first place to look for leaks would be in your kitchen and bathroom. And in the bathroom, you can drop a water tablet in the toilet tank. And if the water food coloring appears in the toilet bowl, then you know you have a leak. If it does not, then you do not have a leak. And you might be mindful to place low flow shower heads in the shower, as well as low flow aerators on your bathroom and kitchen sink faucet. And what those do is they allow air to rush up into the faucet as water rushes out, maintaining the pressure, but doing so with less water. And then, of course, to save more water, you can either buy a new low flush toilet for your home, or if that's not in the household budget, which it is not for most people, you can simply take a used plastic bottle with the cap, fill the bottle up with pebbles or stones or marbles, what have you, fill it up with water, place the cap on top, and insert it in the tank. And for every flush, you're saving water equal to the volume of the plastic bottle inside the toilet tank. And then afterwards, you might want to just survey your basement and see where there may be any leakages down there near the water heater would be good places to look. And while you're at the water heater, if it's a gas water heater, you want to maybe wrap it in a blanket. Or you can do it for a gas or electric hot water heater. But in the case, you just want to be sure not to cover the top of the water heater. Just you want to wrap a blanket around the circumference of the hot water heater, and therefore it helps your water stay warmer longer, and therefore you're using less gas to or electricity, as the case may be, to keep your water warm. And then moving from your hot water heater, you want to go as far as you can, but ideally at least 5 feet. You want to wrap some insulation around the hot and cold water pipes coming from your hot water heater. And this again will reduce the transmission of heat from where you want it to where you want it to go, or vice versa, I should say. And some other good tips would be to just put weather stripping around the windows and the doors. You can dust off the coils on the back of your refrigerator so that it works more efficiently and it's not, working extra hard, huffing and puffing, trying to dissipate the heat from the coils. The heat which may be blocked as a result of dust and spider webs or whatever else may be covering up the coils. Your refrigerator's efficiency rating is predicated upon the coils being clean and dust and web free to dissipate the heat that it's absorbing from inside the refrigerator unit. In either case, whether with your refrigerator, your stove, or your washer and dryer, you want to get Energy Star rated home appliances, as well as entertainment or consumer electronics. You want to make those Energy Star because those are they're more efficient. And where your clothes washer is concerned, a front loader is more efficient than a top loader, although most people are used to using a top loader. Again, if you can just break the paradigm and readjust how you prefer to do things a little bit, it can go a long way. So with respect to if you're in the market to buy a new washer, you want to get one which is A, Energy Star, and B, that is a front loader. With respect to your stove, me personally, I prefer a gas stove as well as a gas dryer. Gas is, overall is cheaper than having an electric dryer or an electric stove. And those are the basics. Now, some other things you want to consider is as your light bulbs in your home burn out, you want to replace those light bulbs with CFL or LED light bulbs, which at minimum last 10 times as long as a regular incandescent bulb, and will save you at minimum 75% on your energy costs, with a comparable incandescent bulb. CFLs and LEDs, they last longer and use less energy, so why not get one? And also, with respect to keeping a green home, we want to think about how green is our home with respect to maintenance. It's one thing to clean your home and it's being, really clean, as opposed to, some people think that a room or floor or a bathtub isn't clean unless they smell bleach. If you can't smell the bleach, then you haven't cleaned well enough. Or if you can't smell that pine scent or that lemon scent, then it's not clean. Well, as a matter of fact, clean does not have a scent. Clean does not have a color. Uh, Lemon, pine, and other scents is just a result of Madison Avenue figuring out a way to better market their products to the general consumer populace and increase profits at the expense of being a detriment to the environment. So you want your home cleaning products to be ideally super concentrated, as opposed to merely being in bulk. And I say that because buying in bulk may save some money, but if you can't afford it, where do you go? You just buy one item one at a time. So if that's the case, then you can save money and protect the environment by going with super concentrated home care cleaners. Why? How does that save the environment? Well, because if it's super concentrated, you're disposing of less packaging. That means less refuse in the trash, less trash in landfills or in the ocean. So all we really need to do is have the cleaning solution and have some dispensing bottles, and we can make the cleaning solution as strong as we want for the purpose we're going to use it for. So you may have one bottle for cleaning your mirrors and your windows, and another bottle to do other things around the house which are of heavy duty nature, but you're basically using one cleaning source that you just pour in a bottle, mix it in the water, stir, shake, or whatever, and put some elbow grease in your house, and you're good to go, while saving money because you're buying fewer ready-to-use off-the-shelf products, and you're saving the environment because you're throwing less packaging into the garbage, which typically is going to go to the landfill or again to the ocean. So with respect to our refuse, what we can do are several things. One, we want to try to be more mindful of not just flushing food down the toilet or just throwing it in the garbage, but rather to compost it. And composting can be a terrific way to, develop or grow, if you will, some soil for next spring of next year. Compost is a natural bio degrading process that all things go through. Just some things do so faster than others, but eventually everything will degrade, and we want to be mindful of what we do with our food refuse. It'd be terrific to use it as fertilizer for spring, or have a worm farm, or just develop some soil, what have you. Now, in terms of items like plastic and metals, metals can be recycled, and not only, of course, they can be recycled, but they can be recycled for fundraising. You can donate the proceeds of your old metal in your attic, garage, or basement to your church or your local PTA or your neighborhood association. And that's a great way to do several things at once. First of all, you're cleaning up your home or your garage, and then second, another place you're donating to a nonprofit organization that services your community, and then thirdly, of course, again, you're protecting the environment in doing so. So what we try to do is talk about ways where we can have, they refer to the triple bottom, planet, people, and profit. But even more than that, we just want to try to think of when we commit to an act or make a transaction, how can this have the greatest leverage to do the greatest good amongst the most people at the same time, or sequentially, in terms of, what happens first and then later on down the road. So donating your recyclable material is one way to accomplish that and fundraise and donate and protect the environment. Now, What else do we have on the menu tonight? Oh, back to water again, which is one of my favorite subjects to talk about. Um, One thing to bear in mind is that when you spend your money, whether it be at a fast food restaurant or whether you're buying something that, a cleaning product, you want to be mindful and consider how much water goes into that product. There is a notion, a term, which is it's called virtual water. Virtual water refers to the water that is within products that we consume, products that were either grown or shipped and shipped from elsewhere. So an apple or orange that we eat here in Milwaukee that is from, let's say, California or Florida, that would be an example of virtual water consumption. Why? Because where the apple or orange has water in it, and that water source is from other than where we're at. So we're depleting the water sources, the watersheds of other locations, of other peoples, uh, just to have the convenience of having a certain product out of season with respect to where we're living. Another example of virtual water would be your typical off the shelf, ready to use window cleaner, which is 99% water, if or maybe 98% water, and a little coloring in there to make it more attractive. So you have a bottle of cleaning solution that you've paid for, but most of what you've paid for is for the freight cost to ship it from who knows where, be it New York, Ohio, Texas, or wherever it was bottled at, in order to bring it to your grocery store. And then you spend gas to drive and get it from the grocery store and bring it back to your home. But most of what you're paying for is simply a bottle of water with some coloring and a little bit of cleaning solution. And the smarter thing to do is buy cleaning solution, or also known as a super concentrate, and water it yourself. Your water out your tap is perfectly good enough to use to clean your house. You can make a difference. Switching from conventional brands to, let's say, a Get Clean starter kit eliminates 108 pounds of packaging waste from landfills, eliminates 248 pounds of greenhouse gas, is the environment equivalent of to planting 10 trees. And that starter kit is safe for you, safe for your home, and safe for the planet. Four simple ways to get clean. Your home should be the safest and healthiest, cleanest place in the whole world. So, here's some pretty easy things you can do to make your family safer and your home healthier. As it turns out, what's good for your home is good for the earth and everyone else on it too. So let's make our homes healthy. One, again, educate yourself about what you bring into your home. How do you educate yourself about what you're bringing at home? Well, if you have internet access, either at home, school, or the library, you can go to www.householdproducts.n as in national, L as in leverage, M as in money, dot N as in national, I as in income, and H as in healthy, dot gov backslash products. So that's household products dot N L M N I H dot gov backslash products. And what they'll do is pull up a list for you of more of the common products, household cleaning products, so-called cleaning products purchased in the United States, what their ingredients are and what the toxins are. You can have a clean for all. Put on the gloves and get rid of the nasty stuff in your home. Do so responsibly, of course. Your local waste collection service has guidelines for proper household hazardous waste disposal, as well as collection sites for things like paint, batteries, and cleaners. Whatever you do, please don't toss the stuff in the garbage. Commit to carefully considering everything that crosses your doorstep. Here are some safe, healthy things to have in your home. Cleaners that are truly cleaner. Get Clean offers product choices that are non-toxic, natural, biodegradable, concentrated, and hypoallergenic. To learn more, go to greenneighborhood.myshackley.com. Fresh air. Open your windows to reduce indoor air pollution. Air spraying around an aerosol of so-called air freshener is not freshening the air. You're just inhaling more toxins into your body. And it's most hazardous for children because, of course, they have a lower body mass as opposed to an adult. So per pound, they're consuming more toxins in their body than an adult. That's why the incidence of childhood asthma has increased dramatically since I think a study was done covering the years of 1980 to 1995. The incidence of childhood asthma increased over 110%. And that was primarily due to the household cleaners that was used in the home, the chemicals within the upholstery and fabric of the carpeting and draperies and so forth that was also brought into the home. And so the EPA identified that your typical American home is 4 to 5 times more toxic with respect to the air than the air outdoors. And again, that is because of the toxic products that we bring into our house. Essential oils, use these instead of air fresheners. Plants, besides being nice to look at, they can absorb harmful gases and help clean the air. Organic cotton bedding, avoid standard bedding treated with chemicals. Floors made of recycled and renewable resources. Healthier paint. That new paint smell can be as nasty as it smells. Choose low VOC paint, or VOC standing for volatile organic compounds. Clean up our collective home. Make the earth healthier for all of us who call it home by using these things in yours. Compact fluorescent lighting. They last a whole lot longer. Energy Star rated appliances. They save money and energy. A low flush toilet. Replace the largest users of water in your house. Ultra low flushers cut water use by 1/5. Use low flow shower heads and aerators. Same pressure, less water. And your finger flicker. Turn off lights and appliances when you're not using them. And for the really ambitious, you can acquire a gray water system. Install one to recycle used house water for your lawn. Tankless water heater. Save money and energy and space in the broom closet or basement. Use it to store your new Get Clean Starter Kit. So another thing with respect to your electronics, we're all familiar with power strips. They're good for energy surge, lightning storm, and so forth, and protecting our computers and stereos and TVs and so forth. However, there is something out there called the Smart Power Strip. I believe it's the Smart LGC3 Power Strip, and they call it the Smart Power Strip because what it does is detects when your computer and your television and stereo are turned off, or when you consider them turned off. They're really in idle status, and that means that you're paying for phantom power. They're not completely totally off, so that when you press the power button to turn them on, they turn on faster. Well, the Smart Power Strip identifies this and then shuts off your computer or your television when you turn the power off. It really shuts it entirely off, so you don't have that phantom drainage. Phantom drainage to electronics and electricity is what a drip of water is to your water bill from the faucet or the sink. Now let's talk about some of these chemicals like butylcellulose, which can cause irritation and tissue damage from inhalation. A person who spends 15 minutes cleaning scale off shower walls can inhale 3 times the acute exposure limit, and it may be found in all-purpose cleaners, cleaning wipes, degreasers, floor polish, rug shampoos, toilet bowl cleaners, tub and towel cleaners, and window cleaners as well. That's butylcellulose. And then there's those standard hydrochloric acid, which can cause severe damage to skin, can be harmful to health just by breathing the fumes, can be fatal if swallowed. may be found in odor eliminators, toilet bowl cleaners. 9 out of 10 poisonings occur at home, and most of those poisonings, the vast majority of them, involve hydrochloric acid. Sodium hydroxide. Inhalation is immediately irritating to the respiratory tract. Contact can cause severe damage to the eyes, skin, mouth, and throat. Can cause liver and kidney damage. May be found in dishwashing liquids, laundry products, oven cleaners, scouring cleaners, tub and towel cleaners. So, how can your household and the items therein truly be clean if you're applying sodium hydroxide to them, because there's going to be a film or a scent or a residue left on these items in your home when you apply it to them. So, what's under your sink? Chlorine? Well, chlorine is the chemical most frequently involved in household poisonings in the U.S. May cause reproductive, endocrine, and immune disorders. Degreasers. Well, degreasers may contain petroleum distillates, which can damage lung tissues and dissolve fatty tissue around nerve cells. That's not good. How about those glass cleaners, which may contain ammonia? The fumes from ammonia can irritate the skin, eyes, and respiratory system. So you may have to put on a hazmat suit when you want to use that glass cleaner solution. Oven cleaners are just as bad, if not worse. Oven cleaners are one of the most dangerous cleaning products, which can cause severe damage to the eye, skin, mouth, and throat. And rounding it out is the toilet bowl cleaners are an extremely dangerous cleaning product, which can be harmful just by breathing the fumes and is fatal if it is swallowed. So what's the real dirt on clean? Well, fact, some 20 million Americans have asthma. Another fact is an average of 1 out of every 13 school-aged children has asthma. Asthma rates in children under 5 increased more than 160% from 1980 to 1994. I thought it was a little bit less, but it's actually 160%. Another fact is common household cleaners and appliances give off fumes, which can potentially increase the risk of children developing asthma. Dr. Herbert Needleman is a pediatrician and professor at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. And Dr. Needleman says we are conducting a vast toxicological experiment in our society, which our children and our children's children are the experimental subject. That's not good. Are you living in a toxic home? 75,000 new chemicals have been introduced in the last 50 years. Few have been tested for toxicity. An average home generates 25 pounds of toxic hazardous waste each year, most of which comes from household cleaning products. More than 9 out of 10 suspected poisons occur at home with household products. EPA studies indicate that elevated concentrations of household chemicals persist in the air. Some are suspected of causing or known to cause cancer in humans. Women who work at home have a 54% higher death rate from cancer than women who work outside of the home. And again, home should be the safest, healthiest, cleanest place in the world, but it is not. So, what are some other things that we can consider when making our home green? Green with respect to energy efficiency and conservation as well as operation. Well, one of the biggest things you want to consider is air leakage. Air leakage in buildings represents from 5 to 40% of the space conditioning costs. Controlling air leakage is one of the most important functions of weatherization and often the most difficult. In fact, I did a home energy audit today. It was pretty good. She helped the client very well because their house was very drafty. It's not enough to just crank up the heat. If you have a lot of drafts coming into your home, little small holes or crevices can make a big difference in your energy bill. An air barrier is a building component designed to stop air leakage. The air barrier combined with the insulation defines the thermal boundary. The main goals of air leakage control are to save energy, increase comfort, protect insulation's thermal integrity, reduce direct cooling or heating of people and building components by outdoor air, avoid moisture migration to building cavities. Air sealing may provide these additional benefits, such as reduce vermin access to indoors, reduce flow of air pollution from external sources, reduce rainwater leakage, and enhance fire safety. Air leakage. It's not that hard to find out. A little time can save you a lot of money down the road. So you want to consider your storm doors, door weather strippers. So what you want to do is get a blower door test done. Ideally, of course, by someone certified, like a BPI certified home energy auditor. You can go to greenneighborhood.myshackley.com, and on About Us will hook you up with an energy auditor for your home, as well as a solar site assessor. So we want to convert energy for home use. In all homes, energy is converted from one form to another: electricity to light, gas to heated water, within its walls to provide occupants comfort, water heating, refrigeration, lighting, entertainment, and a variety of other services. Most homes in the United States are heated by combustion heating systems. When the carbon and hydrogen atoms and fuel molecules mix with oxygen and flame, the chemical chain reaction we call burning begins. Heat is liberated in the chemical process, and we use this heat for space and water heating. And then there's the hydronic heating system. The simplest hydronic heating system have a thermostat controlling a relay that activates both the boiler and the circulator. Hot water boilers also have a control called an aquastat that turns the burner off when the high limit temperature is reached. The better aquastats have a separate switch that operates the pump after the thermostat turns the burner off to deliver heat stored in the boiler. So, yeah, you want to consider your window structure, the E rating, whether it's double pane rather. Go talk to someone about glass block, its pros and cons. So yeah, there's wide variety of things to consider during this winter season. But the best thing of all is just start with the little things. Identify the air leakages. Typically, going to be by your windows and your doors, and by your electrical outlets and switches that are on an outside wall. So you come into the front door, shut the door, light switch is there. Behind that light switch, you can put some insulation. Put some insulation behind the faceplate of your light switch. Put some insulation behind the faceplate of your electrical sockets. And therefore, you will block some of the draft that comes in, and it does come in. You can buy these at your typical hardware store, and it does add up and make a difference. You want to, tighten that envelope on the exterior of your home. Another way to determine your energy usage is with a think it's called a water meter, where it's a device that you can plug your appliances into. It will help you determine how much wattage you're using or how much it uses on a regular basis. And you can determine if that's something that you want to upgrade, get a more efficient model. Some other things to consider is your window shading. Window shading can help block sunlight coming into the keep your home cooler in the summertime. And you just maybe want to just consider going solar. Going solar is a great thing to do in terms of once you buy the solar uh, panels and they're paid for, you don't have to have or worry as much, if at all, about paying that monthly electricity bill. And personally, I think that a home with solar panels or solar hot water heating panels is more valuable than a home that is similar but does not have that type of equipment. So again, this is the Green Neighborhood, and this program is dedicated to the one I love, the mighty Amanetta. We're going to be going away for a while, try to find a new time slot. And to share more information with you. So some more great information for the home. Let's see what we can come up with. An excellent book, which I highly recommend. It's called Green Goes with Everything by Sloan Barnett. Simple Steps to a Healthier Life and a Cleaner Planet. One of my favorite books. And you also want to consider going with a green roof if you have a flat roof. And I think the best combination is to have a green roof with shrubbery and so forth, as well as solar panels. The combination is excellent. Some companies to consider is Live Roof out of Michigan, Zero Floor out of Oconomowoc, Unilock. There also there's Eco Optilock and Eteria in Washington State. These are some good companies to have a green roof put on your building. And for green cleaning products, you want to go to greenneighborhood.myshackley.com. For rain harvesting systems, I'll give a shout out to the Rain Exchange. Has some very good systems available to reduce rainwater runoff. And if you haven't heard of them so far, you want to consider Refresh Milwaukee. You want to help Refresh Milwaukee by helping the green team. Go to www.milwaukee.gov /sustainability. Refresh Milwaukee. Milwaukee wants you to improve Milwaukee's sustainability. What is sustainability? Well, they say here sustainability means meeting the needs of residents and businesses while smartly using our precious resources. How can we improve this city, prosper, and enjoy our natural and built environments without doing more harm than good? Why should you care? Well, the sustainability plan is a roadmap guiding city, government, residents, and businesses towards a more sustainable and healthier future by acting on ideas for improving Milwaukee provided by you. Your input can change your neighborhood. So take the survey. Take the survey at milwaukee.gov/green team survey. Participate and stay informed. Their number is 414-286-8317. That's the Milwaukee Office of Environmental Sustainability. Again, 414-286-8317. The Milwaukee Office of Environmental Sustainability. And while you're going green, find a way to go green and raise green for the community service organization that you care about. And that way we complete the circle. We complete the cycle. If it's good for you, make it good for a cause you care about. And then another terrific organization is the Milwaukee River Advocates. The Milwaukee River Advocates, their number is 414-263-1513. And basically, they're advocates for our river system, which is very important. That's the Milwaukee River Advocates Co-op. And they can be also reached at milwriver@gmail.com. millriver@gmail.com. The Milwaukee River Advocates, their mission is to protect the natural habitat of the Milwaukee River, to provide educational, stewardship, and other opportunities for members to engage people and organizations in the preservation and renewal of that habitat. The Milwaukee River is a designated primary environmental corridor with beautiful wetlands and woodland habitat. It is home to a wide array of native plants and trees, deer, foxes, snakes, birds, chipmunks, fish, and other critters, including rare species of concern and endangered threatened species. Unfortunately, the river corridor is continuously threatened by such things as development, vandalism, intense and irresponsible recreational use, the spread of invasive species, and the management, which is short-sighted, driven more by grants than the health of the ecosystem. The Milwaukee River Advocates is working to protect the natural state of one of our community's most valuable resources, the Milwaukee River. As such, they will work as a community to educate one another about the river's ecosystem, bringing opportunity to learn about the woodlands and experience the unique beauty and life of the river corridor. They will advocate for the preservation and renewal of its wild and natural habitat and bring thoughtful stewardship and community engagement in protecting this local environmental gem. That's Milwaukee River Advocates Cooperative. Another good resource is the Energy Exchange on the south side of Milwaukee. They have a fantastic facility demonstrating how one may creatively redirect storm rainwater on the premises. So you want to go on the internet and look up the Energy Exchange and make an appointment for maybe a group tour of their facilities, and you will be glad that you did so. Because did you know that 1 inch of rainfall on a 2,000 square foot roof equals 1,250 gallons of water? Again, 1 inch of rainfall on a 2,000 square foot roof equals 1,250 gallons of water. The same roof in a region receiving 30 inches of annual rainfall generates 37,500 gallons of reusable water. The average U.S. household with a 10,000 square foot roof lot uses up to 3,000 gallons of water weekly for landscape irrigation. Running a sprinkler for 2 hours can use up to 500 gallons of water. The rain exchange allows you to collect thousands of gallons of water anywhere, even in the desert. So you want to look up the rain exchange, the rainwater harvest system. And bottom line, the easiest two things to do would be to get a rain barrel and establish a rain garden. If you do that, you're going a long way further than most people do. Because capturing and reusing rainwater makes dollars and cents. Reduce water bills, including city stormwater sewer charges. I was able to arrange that for our housing cooperative. Got our stormwater runoff charges reduced, plus we got credit for 2 years for that. You can alleviate demand on municipal systems, I think I've mentioned that, and avoid strict water schedules. Rainwater is extremely rich in nutrients. Using a rainwater to irrigate will reduce fertilizer use, and therefore no chemicals would have been added. So you can use rainwater for your landscaping and have a healthier landscaping arrangement. So we're about ready to sign off in a minute. Got another group coming up. We're going to be signing off early. Today is Veterans Day. And so I'm going to cut it short. Yes, I am a Marine Corps Desert Storm veteran. I was very blessed and fortunate to come back in one piece, at least with most of my right mind. And we're going to be signing off again. I'm Manetta. I love you very much. And we will have a new time and a new day for the Green Neighborhood. Apply what you learn and share what you know. Apply what you learn and share what you know. Thank you and happy Veterans Day.